Hello world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to codingscientist.com. We are looking at a very exciting series of lessons here using MicroPython on Raspberry Pico microcontroller. Alright guys, so let's take a look at it where we are. We are on lesson number 7 and we are going to learn about MicroPython digital input output to Pico device, that is the Pico microcontroller. So basically in this lesson I will show you how to control the digital input and digital output using the MicroPython into the Pico microcontroller board. In the last few lessons, of course, I showed you very basics. Now in from this lesson onwards we will get into more detail. So let's take a look at it what we are going to see. So this is the circuit diagram which you are going to build on your breadboard. So it's basically one single LED and resistor. So in this lesson probably you can learn to control an external LED, okay, any kind of LED, red, green, blue, and normal LED to your connect to your Pico, okay, and get it to read the input from the MicroPython program. Okay, so what you need to do is go ahead and collect a resistor, a breadboard, and few jumper wires and a LED. That's more than enough for this particular exercise. The resistor should be somewhere, can be anywhere between 50 to 330 ohms. Alright guys, if you do not have any knowledge about resistors or any of the electronic components, I have a separate series which is coming up where I'm going to I'm going to show multiple different varieties of electronic components, including resistors, transistors, capacitors, and relay circuits and switches, and how it works and how to connect it and how to program it, how to build it along with Arduino and microcontrollers and so all the entire world of electronics is going to be covered in that particular series. So you may take a look at it. Alright guys, so basically I had already hooked up the circuit, so probably I can show it to you. Let me just switch over to the camera. So yeah, here it is. So I used the 330 ohm resistor, a pull-up resistor. It's called the current limiting resistor as well, and LED, and connected to the respective pins. So what you have to basically do is in this particular example we are using pin number 15 of the Raspberry Pico. So you can go back to my previous lesson and take a look at the drawing which I shared you, the pin layouts, or you can also Google up for Raspberry Pi Pico. You can say Pico pinout drawing, something like that. It will show up tons of pictures. You can grab one of those and keep it. With that you can see the pin drawings, or you can just tilt around your Pico and see the pin number. So I use pin number 15, and you may use any different pin numbers as you wish, okay, but make sure that the coding, the Python MicroPython code which we are going to write now on the IDE, you need to change the pin number accordingly. Alright guys, so let's take a look now. Let's move on to Thani IDE and let's write some interesting code to make communicate our Pico to communicate with our external devices. Alright, there we go. Let me make it a little larger so that you guys can see it. Alright, now let me write the code. So let's say from machine we are importing the machine, import pin, okay, import uppercase pin, oops, P should be in uppercase, pin, and another module called timer. So timer is another inbuilt module, okay, it's kind of a library. And then LED equals to pin number 15. I have connected my circuit to pin number 15. So I'm going to remember one of the lessons I showed you pin number 25, that is the inbuilt circuitry within the Pico. Here we are building the external circuit. We are connecting an external LED. So that is why I am using pin number 15, and then pin dot out. I am sending out the signal, and then I am using the timer function, timer equals to timer, okay, and I'm calling the function in. And now we need to define a class that is def, right? We need to use def blink. I'm defining a class called blink with a timer inside the function as timer, and we have to put a colon here. Once you define the function, inside the function, if you hit enter, it will automatically go, the tab will go below that blink. So that is how this particular indentation works. Now what we need to say, led dot toggle. Okay, we need to toggle it, and then come outside of this indentation, we will say timer dot init. I will explain what exactly it is. Init with the frequency of FEREQ, frequency of 2.5 milliseconds. We can assign any time, and the mode is equal to, mode will be the timer mode, timer dot periodic. Okay, timer dot periodic is an inbuilt function, a call function within timer. And then we need to say callback, not uppercase but a lowercase, callback equals to blink. We are going to call back as a blink within the timer function of 2.5 milliseconds or as a frequency. Okay, and close the bracket. Now what we need to do, let's see, we have to probably set another timer. No, I think it should work. Let's give a try, guys. Okay, now we need to run the program by clicking run. Once I click this, it will ask me to save off. Can you see this file is called untitled? Okay, so when you click, again it's going to pop up a box which is going to ask whether you want to save this program into your physical computer which you are using right now, that is Windows computer, or the option 2 will be Pico. You need to select Pico, Raspberry Pi Pico it will show, or it might show MicroPython Pico. So select that option, guys, because we are going to save this program into the Pico. Let me click run and save it. I'm going to save it in Pico, and you can name the program, name the file as whichever way you want. That really doesn't matter. Error name time isn't defined. Why time isn't defined? So let me check from timer. Let me check timer. I did call for the timer function. Not sure why the time is not being defined. Let me just check line number 3. Timer equal to time. Correct. Timer equal to, I think I need to make it as a timer equal to timer. I'm sorry. Let me run this. Okay, there you go. It's working perfect. Now let me just share my circuit. Let me share it with you guys so that you can see. There you go. Can you see that, guys? How the LED is blinking? So you are successfully able to communicate with your external device using MicroPython code. Alright, guys, I hope you guys are really enjoying this series of tutorials. These are very basic program, guys, very basic. So if you are able to successfully follow through this lesson and make this code and make it to work with your external LEDs and resistor, you are great, fantastic. Hereafter, the following lessons, I am going to connect multiple other sensors and do multiple other programs, and it's going to get really interesting. So these are all basics. I hope you are enjoying it. Do leave a comment and a message. I will get back to you. If you have any issues, any problem at all while running this course, do message me, do email me. I will help you one-on-one on the Zoom call. Goodbye, guys. See you.